My name is Martin Klaassen and welcome to another edition of Light Talk. One of the results of the pandemic and the travel restrictions is that we need to conduct site reviews remotely. In some cases, some of people that we know may be on site, but generally the reviewers, the lead designers, most of the time are away overseas in another country. Over the past few weeks, we have been doing several reviews. I've done some in Singapore, and currently we are doing a daytime review with operator, interior designer, architect, landscape designer. A daytime review of a hotel in the Maldives. But we have also conducted something similar a few days ago at nighttime, just us, the lighting, and the site team. Because obviously we need to do it at night. There are several levels of reviews. First of all, there's the level where there's general coordination. So people review things from all levels, from all disciplines, whether it's architecture, whether it's design finishes, lighting, signage, artworks, landscape, anything that contributes to the final end result. We all know our stuff, we know what we want, we know what we need to do, what we want to achieve, but then the reality on site sometimes is a bit different. So that's what we're going through. On the screen here is a big checklist, for instance. The checklist in a way has been set up by the lead consultant following several individual reviews, like we had our review in terms of lighting a few days ago. So this is a general review with everybody involved, where everybody can put in their comments. It's a matter of methodology, truly and consensuously go through step by step each and every aspect of the design. These meetings can be quite long, can be a couple of hours. We have done a nighttime review of our project in Singapore that started at 7 in the evening and ended at 5 in the morning. We'll report on that also separately. But it's still shorter than having to step into a plane, fly for a couple of hours, stay there a few days and come back. It's a new world that we're adapting to, but it has its challenges because, there's only a small moving camera there that shows. Sometimes we have two cameras when we do our specific lighting review. We use two cameras, one like a wide angle that sort of shows everything, and then a more detailed one that shows details as and when we want to see them. It's a tedious process, but one that we have to work with and one that we learn to use along the way since there is a travel restriction. Sometimes we have connection issues, like here on the Maldives. The connection is not always good. So far so good, fingers crossed. So that's the process. This is the general process where all disciplines come together and cross out issues that may be a point per discipline or interdisciplinary between the various consultants. And then we have our own reviews purely based on lighting, where we double check our design intent with the actual realization on site. Have they put the lights in the right positions? Does it cover what we want to cover? Is it bright enough? Are there places where we have missed out? So that's the process that we go through, and that's the process that I'm sharing with you right now. The virtual review of site, because we can't travel, we can't go there. So we do it this way. We learn to deal with it. It is challenging, but with our experience, I'm sure we'll manage to do it properly. My name is Martin Klaassen, and welcome to another edition of Light Talk. I'm currently doing some virtual commissioning. We are together with David Singer, who is up in New York, and Amanda is actually on site in Singapore. I'm in Australia, and we have one fixed camera, which is the one at the top, and then we have one mobile one, which Amanda is carrying to look at the various areas more in detail. It's not easy to do that remotely, but with somebody on site who understands what's happening, understands lighting, it should be a bit easier to do, but it's time consuming because you have to walk around, you have to look and look at how the lighting looks like on a camera which is not the same. In fact, the top image is done on a laptop, which is a fixed position, so we have an overall view of the situation. And then Amanda is holding a handheld mobile phone to follow the action. I've muted the conversation because otherwise it's a bit difficult. This is the bar in the Ritz-Carlton, the first part that we are commissioning. Later we still have to do the lounge and the breakout area, the reception lobby. So it will be probably a long night. We have started now about half an hour ago. I think it will go well past midnight, but it's just to show you how we do that. We're currently looking at lighting the lights for the bar. We have adjustable spotlights with a narrow beam that are supposed to be focused. So by holding your hand, you can see where the shadow goes and things like that. Yeah, and then we have to do it layer by layer. So we're switching off all the lights and then we're switching on circuit by circuit, area by area to make sure everything is properly aimed. And once everything is aimed, we can start doing the actual programming in terms of brightness, balance, scene setting, etc. It's going to be a long night, but we're up to it. We've got an experienced team, and I'm sure the result will be very nice. A little update. It's approaching midnight. Seems like we're only halfway. You can hear in the background we are still talking, trying to get things organized. I put myself on mute, otherwise they would hear me. Yeah, it's moving well. We've already covered quite a lot of ground, but still a lot to do. I think it will be well in the little hours.
Right,
So yeah, just a little update. I think I'll sign off from here for this broadcast, but we'll still be busy for a little while. A little update. It's past midnight already. We've done a lot of progress. We have really done quite a lot of work already, but I think we still have quite a few hours to go. We'll be in the little wee hours of the morning that we'll finish. But we're happy with the result. It looks good. Even though when you use a camera like that, it's very hard. Mobile phones, they have sort of a self-correcting image improver, so it looks a bit brighter on the mobile phone, mobile device. The laptop looks a bit less, so it's somewhere in between. Looking at the shadows and the balance of lights, we can get a pretty good idea, and of course we have our team on site that can give direct feedback, so we're pretty confident that it's going to look good. I put myself on mute, obviously, otherwise they could hear me now. And I've reduced the sound a little bit. Yeah, I'm very happy with the team and how they're progressing. So I'll sign off now. I don't think I'll get back to do another follow-up on this. It's an interesting night. Tomorrow morning is another day, but I think it's going to look very nice.